Well, it's Friday, and it's another beautiful evening in the Spice, and it's another opportunity for an exciting 1 hour on GIS TV, and not forgetting our friends who join us on GBN as well. It's Friday, it's 5 days before Christmas. So that's a little tongue twister. It's Friday, and it's 5 days before Christmas, and you're live on Bunjay. Of course, by now the nation knows of Bunjay, program that comes every Friday on GIS TV and on GBN as well. And we seek to go into the communities and grab onto our cultural icons and touch base with our upcoming artists and folks who have done a lot for the drama and the theater and the food and generally our way of life, the artists, those who paint, those who dance. And we have had a number of people on our program, and this evening is going to be no exception. I can tell you, when I look at the program, it's loaded, but of course, we start with our Bunjay news. So the Best Village competition, don't you forget the Best Village competition. It has started, and you are reminded to plant and decorate your village in preparation for the competition in January. You know, we were saying that quite a few weeks, and January sounded like quite a way back, or quite a way forward. And now January is just a couple of days from now. Today is what? The 20th? 11 days, 12 days, we're into January. So plant and decorate. Now, I don't know any tree that could grow and blossom in 12 days, but I'm certain that you might have planted before. So trim and prune, make it look nice. Paint your area, put a tire here, put some flowers here, and organize for that Best Village competition. The National Celebrations Committee will be launching Independence on the 30th of December. 38th of December? No. 30th of December on the Carnage. And they're inviting everyone to come. Come out, right? There'll be lots of local acts and the unveiling of the Independence Clock. And the Independence Clock will be there to count down the 40 days, right, until Independence Day. So that's an interesting feature of this year's one, not this year, but the next Independence celebration activity. There'll be the clock, and the clock will be placed on the Carnage, and it will be counting down 40 days until Independence Day. So come out again. The date, the 30th of December, one day before we end this year. Christmas in the Gardens is happening now, and we're inviting everyone to come out for the last 3 days celebration at the Botanical Gardens. It has been a fantastic run so far. Fantastic is not necessarily that we had a huge crowd every night, but the acts and the performances and the mood and the spirit and the ambience was beautiful, wonderful. And we're inviting you to come out for the last 3 days. Don't let it pass you. Don't miss it. If you have not yet, and even if you have been before, come back again. Right, the gardens opened at 6 p.m. There's bouncing castle and a host of other family events. So come out and experience Christmas with the essence of Grenada Spices. You saw that the arch, the gate coming into the gardens. You saw the nice electrical sign, Christmas in the Gardens, the essence of Grenada Spices. I think whoever conceived that, beautiful idea. Really, really nice. Fish Friday, all the way in Guave, Western Tongue, happening right now. But we always say, don't leave. You can't leave before the program is over. As soon as we clock up at 9 o'clock, shoot up to Guave, get some beautiful fried fish and other fry stuff and you know, nicely prepared fish in various forms. Enjoy yourself because, of course, you need to support Fish Friday as well. The Best Village competition, where we indicated that before, right? So that was our Bunjay news for this evening. Stick around, don't go, because we have another exciting program. Stay right there. We'll be back.
Bunjay, it's a cultural theme. Experience the goodness of the spice. Friday nights from 8 to 9. Culture at its best. A way of life, of customs and traditions. Bunjay, hear the stories. Listen to the music. Witness the action and the old talk. A real Grenadian cultural experience. Bunjay, a product of the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
Welcome back to Bunjay, and we have our very first guest in the studios with us this evening, and we're pleased to welcome Father Harris from the Catholic Church, actually the Blessed Sacrament Church, Grandin St. George's, and Father Harris is here this evening to chit-chat with us a bit on the whole question of Christmas.
Yeah, thank you. Good night.
Well, thank you, Father Harris, for being on the program with us.
Yeah.
And you have been here before, not in the physical, but we have actually interviewed you and portrayed you before. But we're so happy that you made it in the studio live with us. So I could actually touch you. You know?
All right.
Now, Father Harris, tell us, this is a Christmas season, and Grenada is predominantly a Christian nation.
It is.
I mean, there are other faiths and religions, you know, that play a part as well, but we are predominantly Christian.
Yes.
And in the Christian society, Christ, the birth of Christ, is a big thing.
That's right.
How would you say, however, though, that it is, how important is the celebration to us, or how has it been over the years? Has there been any changes? Are you spotting any difference in how we celebrate our Christmas, and is the meaning of Christmas as important now as it used to be?
I think the meaning is still there. The significance of the season never really changed, okay? And I like to put it this way. We must remember that one child changed the world, the
Yes.
meaning of the world. And that child is Jesus Christ. And that is what we are celebrating. The birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, the one who came to redeem us and set us free. We recognize that when all that was happening in the world, and God see that, and God really wanted to do something, right, because he loved humanity, right, as John 3:16 tells us, for God so loved the world, he sent his only son. So he sent his son into the world so that we might be saved. And that is still something worth celebrating. It never changed, okay?
Right.
Right? The way in which we celebrate it as a people, as a nation, might change over the years. Sometimes there are greater emphasis is placed. Depends on the spiritual mood of people on a whole. All right? How people are affected by things that is happening around. Okay? But its significance remain. Okay? The manner in which it might be celebrated, a little of that has changed over the years, okay? A lot of people nowadays, I think, have gone into a lot of parties and things and really forget the whole meaning and significance of this time, okay? And I have seen over the years, and certainly this season, right, like, you know, Christmas in the gardens on a whole, and it seems to be a coming back of some of the traditional values, okay? I listened to some of the performances and some of the songs that were being played. If you notice, at least as far as I can hear, there's not so much of this, the melee parang, so to speak, but people are singing Christmas songs, telling a Christmas story in our cultural ways and things like that. So I would say that.
So you would say, Father Harris, that you're not necessarily worried that we have gone too far from the true meaning of Christmas, would you?
No, I'm not overly worried.
And let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Even follow up one question quickly with another. As a child growing up, I remember I was an acolyte.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So when you see a little good in me, it's because
it never leave you.
It never leave me. Well, you didn't know that.
You see,
Yeah.
God never leave us. We might turn our backs on him and we
he
might go
doesn't.
on far from him.
He doesn't.
You know? So a lot remains. Huh?
I remember the
Yeah.
Christmas Eve night used to be a big thing. As a child, you're excited because for two reasons. One, you're out late.
Yeah.
Before that, 7, 8, you're in your bed, but Christmas Eve night, you're out late. So there was the midnight mass at 12, obviously
That's
midnight
right.
mass, so it has to be 12 o'clock. But even prior to that, you got an opportunity to go down the road and probably buy this and I'll buy little toys and so. Where I grew up in Sotes,
Yeah.
the business places lighted up themselves. In
Okay.
those days, some of them didn't have electricity,
No.
but they put on the Coleman lamps and so on. And there was a sense
Yeah.
of, there's a sense of
Something
feeling
different?
of- yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I must confess I have not been to church regularly for Christmas celebration. But a few years I've gone in recent times, I find the crowd
crowd
that
is not
came
there.
to the church is dwindling.
That
And
is
there
true.
seems to be an emphasis on the party and the excitement outside of the
Yes.
Christian
Yes.
religious kind of
Yes.
atmosphere.
Yeah.
And I wonder, are we going too far?
In that aspect, I would say yes. A lot of the social element, the other aspect of our culture seems to take over. Let us not forget, you know, in a lot of it, there's a celebratory note in it, okay? But what we need to do is to bring back Christ into the whole celebration, right? I don't think there's anything wrong really in having a celebration and thing, but why are you celebrating? Right? You are celebrating and giving expression to the joy of what God has done, right? And therefore, I believe people should always put aside some time to be able to celebrate this, okay? Celebrate this good news, okay? Yes, I've seen, and you know, when I drive around, I've seen that even church attendance, and I'm not just talking about mainline churches, Catholic, you know, Anglican or so, but even some of the Pentecostal churches, the numbers, yes, seems to be dwindling, and that is cause for concern, okay, without a doubt, okay. One has to be concerned about that, but at the same time, we have to find new ways of expressing the good news, new ways of expressing the gospel, okay? And a lot of persons are doing that. As I said, you know, the good news can be expressed, even what this cultural foundation thing that we have there in the gardens, you know, that is another way of trying to ensure the message is coming, right? People, social media, you can do that as well, okay? We, like in my own parish, Blessed Sacrament, okay, last Sunday, my children's choir, they were at the airport singing carols.
Oh, that was beautiful.
And singing.
Bonjour, children go on the airport. That's good. And Father,
Yeah.
I was thinking, even as I was about to follow up with the next question, I was thinking, you know, what angle should we take it at again? Because you hear what is not happening, what is not happening, what is not happening. But I'm glad you actually brought us something that is good, that is happening. Now, you spoke of the gardens, the celebration in the gardens, and that is good. And you spoke of the children going to the airport. Now, what a beautiful thing to arrive on a plane, maybe tired, maybe you left your home early in the morning, trying your best. You had 2 or 3 other stops. You know, the plane might have been late. I didn't call any airlines, right?
Leaving Ireland anytime.
But you arrive here and you hear the beautiful sound of the Christmas songs at the airport. And that is so good as against, you know, you hear Santa looking for a wife, and we try to Caribbeanize thing and add our own cultural twist to it.
And express our own
then you
feelings.
hear, I want a piece of pork and Santa looking for a wife. And not that there's probably anything wrong with those. But what I've found though, is that there seem to be more songs of Santa Claus in recent time than Christ. It's almost like Santa himself is competing with Christ for the reason of his season.
Right. As you asked, what more can we do rather than talking about the what's not? A few years ago, yes, I recognize that people think Santa Claus was what Christmas was about. In my own church, I had the children over, and I sing, you better watch out, you better watch out. And I ask them, who's coming to town? Well, of course, Jesus is Santa Claus. I said, no, Jesus Christ is coming to town. Right. And I preach a message that he knows what you're up to, right? He's going to bring you gifts, right? Maybe not in a red suit and all of that, right? But through your parents, through your friends, right? This is where God works, okay? So we have to find a way of countering a lot of the secular music. I'm not saying there isn't a place for that, okay? I think as church and as Christians, we have to go out there, right? We have to take it to them in one sense. All right, Christians have to go. They can't afford to wait till people come into the church.
That's right.
All right, you have to go out there in the marketplace. All right, if it means you carry choir down there and you sing, if it means you go and proclaim the word, you can do that. All right, you go and visit the shut-ins, the less fortunate. All right, don't just carry a bag of grocery. Here you are. Talk to them. Share with them the good news. Hear their own struggles. All right. Hear how they celebrated Christ, their whole longing. This is a season for it. Within most of the mainline church, we talk about the season of Advent, right, which anticipate or ushers in the Christmas season as such. And, that aspect of waiting patiently, recalling the story of Mary, right, going back to even, some of the parang, the original parang music, which tells the Christmas story, which tells about the story about the coming of Christ. So this is what we need to get back to, right, in doing a lot of these things, right. I've passed around. I went up to St. Paul's and I see the young people there, practicing a nativity nativity story
yes,
and things,
yes,
you know,
yes.
in their whole culture. You go to the schools, you see it in their Christmas concerts and things like that. A lot more of that need to be highlighted, right? And not leaving out the element of culture as well, because we can tell that story in our own language,
Exactly.
you know, with our own rhythms and, you know, and so on, right? Yes, the European has a way of doing it, you know, but we have life and vitality, and we need to use that, you know, to bring out the Christmas story. Of course, Christmas is about that. It's about God being incarnate, God taking flesh. We have to embody that story, right? This is how I would see it.
I couldn't agree with you more, Father
Yeah.
Harris. As even as you spoke and you spoke of the nativity, I remember in our church, the St. Patrick's Roman Catholic Church, one night, one Christmas season, we actually had the nativity, and it happened. It was played off over a season,
Yeah.
so it wasn't just one night and that's it. You know, a few nights well into the Christmas season, you got the play. Right?
I think
And
2 years ago, Father Hugh Logan in Victoria, they had a Christmas story in the street, right? Starting from the church and they traveling all the way. I can't remember what that street name,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But they have like Joseph House, and there's
Right.
a little dramatization happening there, Mary's house, you know, and cows and, you know, goats and animals. Right, the young people put it on, and it was a big affair. I don't know if they still do that.
So what I'm seeing here is that the message is the same, but the
Yeah.
delivery of the message must change.
Has to.
And the delivery of the message must change so that we could incorporate our own self, our own style, our own culture. Because coming back to that nativity
Yeah.
production in the St. Patrick's Irish School, Joseph was a young fella who I knew well, but
Yeah.
he had short pants and he carried, you know, the waterproof, and so Joseph didn't have the proverbial sandals as we saw in the
Right.
in the Christmas story, but he was a Grenadian Joseph.
That's right.
And we identified with that.
That's right.
So I would say and agree with you that while the message is still very pertinent,
Yeah.
and the Christ message and the significance of Christ would never change, especially for us Christian societies, but the delivery of the message would have to change over time, because the only thing that is constant in life is change.
That's right.
On that message, Father Harris, we thank you so much for being in the studio
Indeed.
live
It's a
with us this
pleasure.
evening.
Again.
And we hope that over time again we
Good.
get to see you sometime.
Certainly, certainly.
Good.
And I want to wish you and all of Grenada a very merry and blessed Christmas. And, you know, put back Christ into the Christmas season. You know, spend a little time reflecting on this thing. And remember, it's one child that makes the big difference in our lives, Jesus Christ.
Thank you very kindly, Father Harris, and we are speaking live with Father Harris on the show, Bonje. Well, we're going to take our cameras now. Actually, the cameras went to town earlier on today, and we're going to take you on a trip to St. George's when we come back. Whereas we heard the different expressions, what people feel about this Christmas season, and I can tell you the expressions were very diverse. So stay tuned. Don't leave us.
So what is your main plans for Christmas this season?
To remain quiet. Yes, that's all that does be my area. All I know, I have Jesus in me, and that's all.
So you started buying anything for Christmas already?
Well, I don't buy no major thing, because I live by myself, just small items.
My main plan for Christmas is enjoying it, baking, cooking, and things like that, and enjoying myself. Because Christmas is to enjoy yourself, and I would love for everybody to enjoy themselves. Don't matter if they don't have no money, they have a little bit. At least they can help themselves out.
All right, thank you very much, sir.
The Christmas is just, as I say, we look forward to just share some love for Christmas. I mean, if you know you don't have the money, at least we can share some good things for Christmas. But as I look around, I can see that there is a lot of movements around, and it seems like everyone is having a wonderful time, maybe shopping. I'm not sure where they're getting the money from, but I've been hearing some good things and people buying up stuff. So that's a good thing.
Well, for the Christmas, just came back for a little vacation. Come back, have some fun, go around the spots, drink some beers and some Grenadian rum and have some fun.
Okay, so you buy any stuff already? Any food in preparation for the season?
Yeah, well, I went by the breweries and buy cases of drinks and rum and so on, just to start the season.
All right, thanks.
Okay, so what does Christmas mean to you, sir?
Well, basically Christmas just eating ham, you know, drinking but not too much, and celebrating the birth. Yeah, of Jesus Christ, you know.
So how is your Christmas shaping up?
Well, I ain't doing anything yet. I ain't doing anything yet. Just waiting on the weekend, last weekend, so. Well, we'll start everything tomorrow. Buying the ham, baking, everything tomorrow, and yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
Mom J, it's a cultural theme. Experience the goodness of the spice. Friday nights from 8 to 9. Culture at its best. A way of life, of customs and traditions. Mom J, hear the stories. Listen to the music. Witness the action and the old talk. A real Grenadian cultural experience. Mom J, a product of the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
Bon J, watch crowd. You almost got fright. Oh, yes, see the crowd. Well, when the camera takes a wide angle shot, you will definitely see the crowd. I'm so happy to have in the studio with me this evening right now our second guests, and they are the Judah Choir from the River of Life. See you. Sometimes if you ain't get it, I guess support helps. All right? So now we have the wide shot, and they're quite, my goodness, but that purple and yellow looking good, man. It'll make me feel as though I want dress, man. Yeah. So this is Sammy here. You seen Sammy? Sammy, you look good on camera, you know?
Oh, thank you.
Sammy, I'm sure you're watching home. Get in away. Not so. Right, Sammy. So we have Sammy as the spokesman for the group. But Sammy, there's what? 2, 4, 6, 8, and yourself make what? 10 folks?
Yeah.
What causes 10 persons to get together to decide they want to do something?
Well, it all started 3 years ago when the church was started, and we realized that the church had a lot of talent when it came to singing, and we just decided, you know what, why not form a church choir where we can glorify God with our talents.
Wonderful. So, and that church is the River of Life Tabernacle?
Yes.
Where is the church located?
That's located in River Road, right opposite the Bushhead, next to where Madame Ra sell provision.
Madame who?
Madame Ra.
Madame Ra, she getting some PR, girl. You have logo? Okay, so Madame Ra's opposite, that's where the River of Life Tabernacle.
Yes.
So River of Life from River Road, there's a lot of river happening there.
Yes, it's flowing.
It's flowing. as much as the melody flows, I imagine.
That's right.
Wonderful. So it's 3 years now you've been together singing.
Yes.
Okay, so all these folks are together 3 years? But 3 years ago you were about 9 years? You didn't singing yet? Huh? You just joined? Okay, we don't plan to put you on the spot, we're just having fun in the studio. Okay, so Sammy, you're doing how many selections this evening?
We will be doing 2 songs.
Well, we're eager to hear you. Start now, man. Yeah. But before you start, just quickly introduce the rest of the team. So for the folks on camera who, listen to them. The River of Life Tabernacle reps the name of the group, Judah. And to your right is?
All right, we have here Tamara Wilkinson. She was also the People's Choice for the GBN Gospel Challenge.
Are you serious?
Yes. Give them a wave. Tell them hello. All right. And we have here Sister Desiree Gilbert. She was one of the founding members of the choir.
Right.
Yeah. And then we have here Tinel. And we have here Sister Samantha.
All right.
Right
That's
there.
right here?
Yes. We have Alice.
She's still in Wonderland?
I believe so, you know. And then we have Daniela. We have our sister in the back there, Danielita. And then we have the princess in the house, Princess.
All right.
And then we have here Brother Fidel. You know, it's good to see a young man, rising up and say, I want to be in the choir, I want to sing for the Lord,
Right.
So that's good.
It's good to have a young man and one can and an old man. Sorry, I didn't say that. Man. Right. So okay, so we want to take in for the benefit of ourselves and of course those who are listening, our ardent viewers. Listen up. We present to you Judah.
That's right.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is a night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appears and the soul felt his worth.
A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder brings a new and glorious morn.
Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angels' voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born, oh, night divine, oh, night divine, oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant, oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. His Christ the Lord, for he alone is worthy, for he alone is worthy, for he alone is worthy. His Christ the Lord, we give him all the glory. We give him all the glory. We give him all the glory. His Christ the Lord.
Hey, no, Bon J. We need to give him an applause. Folks, clap. Hey. So that was Judah, from the Tabernacle of Life. Yeah?
Life Tabernacle.
You see, I want to make sure you're paying attention. From the River of Life Tabernacle. From River Road, and they're certainly making River Road, and not just River Road, making our entire nation proud. The melodious voices of Judah.
Yeah.
No, not Judah. You. Sammy and company representing Judah. I mean, one can be good enough. We need to hear a second tune. We sure you have another one in the bag.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So
that's why we practiced last night. And at this time, we're gonna do one from one of our own Caribbean artists, Sanchez, Jesus. Oh, what a wonderful child. Yes.
Right.
Jesus, Jesus, oh, what a wonderful child. Jesus, Jesus, so lonely, make a smile. New life, new hope, new joy he brings. Won't you listen to the angels sing? Glory, glory, glory to the newborn King. Jesus, Jesus, oh, what a wonderful child. Jesus, Jesus, so lonely, make a smile. New life, new hope, new joy he brings. Won't you listen to the angels sing? Glory, glory, glory to the newborn King. Come on, let's call his name. Jesus, yes, he is. Jesus, oh, what a wonderful child. Jesus, Jesus, so lonely, make me mad. New life, new hope, new joy he brings. Won't you listen to the angels sing? Glory, glory, glory to the newborn King. Do that one more time. Jesus, yes, he is. Jesus, oh, what a wonderful child. Jesus, Jesus, so lonely, make a man. New life, new hope, new joy he brings. Won't you listen to the angels sing? Glory, glory, glory to the newborn King.
Woo! And you say when you practiced that last night? Yeah. Well, you had to practice it again tonight? No, I mean, let's sit down. Thank you. Put a round of applause again, once again, for Judah. Yeah, man, from the Tabernacle of Life.
River of Life Tabernacle.
I feel you're doing that by spite, yes.
No. That time wasn't by spite. I mean, I have to be honest. Among good people, I have to be honest. That one wasn't by spite. But, I mean, you folks sound really, really good. The voices blend well, and obviously there seems to be a connection with the group. I mean, obviously that's 3 years of work there. Mm-hmm. Have you done any work outside of your church?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have?
Yes.
Great. So what is some of your most notable moments on stage?
Well, one of our most notable moments, what can you say? Let's hear from the other group members.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Well,
we want to hear from you as well. Hello, you listening down there? All right.
Yeah, we went out.
You traveled?
Many times.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I believe it's good to do your craft here, because there's nothing wrong about performing for your people, but I think once you get the opportunity to extend it to other outside of other seas, it's really something that
like what we can say is that a couple of them went down to Tobago. I think it was in 2011 to Jesus Rally, 2012 that is, to Jesus Rally. That is a big event that is hosted by Victory. Victory Church in Tobago, Victory Outreach, and a couple of them went down and they did us proud.
Bungie, I mean, anyway, great, go, we'll do proud enough. You know what I mean?
I mean,
and you didn't go? I hear a couple of them. What is
no, I didn't go because at that time I had CXC. So
you said we can take 2 days from CXC to do
No, not really, you know.
I don't understand. If it was me, I go. If it was you, then taking 2 days and go? Yeah, I mean.
And there was some.
We understand. It is we understand. So the folks went to the, it's Jesus Rally it's called?
Yes.
How often is it held?
Every year.
Every year in Tobago? In May? Okay. So you're all going next year?
Yes.
Wonderful. Go and keep the flag flying high. All right. And what else would you like to say to the folks as we wrap up? I mean, there obviously are some, this is a Christmas season, and then any word of advice, any?
Well, my advice, as I always say, is remember the reason for the season.
Right.
That Christ came to this world, and I mean, if it wasn't for him, we would not have been here today. So just remember the reason for the season.
Great. Anybody else who want to quickly say something?
Don't be shy.
Remember, you're live on national TV. They're seeing you, you know. Next thing your friends tell you, I see you, and we say nothing. Huh?
Well, I want to say hi to our pastor, Devon Rashe, and
Yes.
his family.
Oh,
and
that's
I know-
that's your pastor.
Yes, that's
Hi,
my
Devon,
pastor.
Pastor D.
But he's not here right now. He's in Carriacou, but you know that, we're going to do good tonight.
Pastor
and-
D overseas.
Carriacou.
Oh, you mean he traveled up? You went overseas with the boat? Right.
Yes, and I know he would want us to let Grenada to know that in spite of, Christmas time, some people take a little drink, whatever the case may be, but always remember, the reason why there's the celebration of Christmas is not about the cake and the ham and them kind of thing like
And
that.
Santa
but
Claus.
It's not about
If
Santa
anything
Claus.
about Santa Claus, Santa looking for a
Because
wife,
it's
Santa
about
do all
Jesus
kind of thing.
Christ, yes. It's about Jesus Christ. So remember, put Jesus in your Christmas.
All right. One last person as we wrap up, and we say goodbye. My friend, we want you to get something. Hey, bend down your head. The senior on camera, don't do that.
Oh, Lord.
Bon J. Fred. So, anyway, if you don't want to say anything, that's fine. I mean, we do that too. Any other person, finally, as we wrap up? Good. If not, we want to say thank you so much for coming. Right, and that was Judah from the River of Life Tabernacle.
That's the flow.
Whoa! I like that. That's into the tagline.
Yes. Of course.
Let's try it again. That was Judah from the River of Life Tabernacle.
That's the flow.
Let's give a round of applause and thank them for coming again. We want to really wish you the best for Christmas, and we also ask you to continue doing what you're doing because you really do song well. Your voice is blend well, and you never know the sky's the limit. Amen?
Amen.
Good. When we come back, more live entertainment on Bonjay.
Bonjay, it's a cultural theme. Experience the goodness of the spice. Friday nights from 8 to 9. Culture at its best. A way of life, of customs and traditions. Bonjay, hear the stories. Listen to the music. Witness the action and the old talk. A real Grenadian cultural experience. Bonjay, a product of the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
Welcome back to Bonjay, and oh my goodness, just before the break we heard the beautiful voices of Judah from the River of Life Tabernacle. Pastor D, have a good Christmas. Your folks represented very, very well. So now we open the lines 435-2636 live to our viewers on GIS television and also those on GBN. Of course, you're part of the crew. And tonight we're not asking you any question. Call us, tell us anything you want to speak to about the Christmas. I mean, this is a final show before Christmas Day. And anytime we come back here again, Christmas would have gone. Yes, man. So we want to give you an opportunity to probably send your greetings, probably well wishes, to speak about something that happened to for the Christmas, that sort of thing. So you can call us, 435-2636. Tell us if you buy your ham already, and I know some people probably eat a whole ham already. Yeah, there are some folks who don't wait until Christmas Day to get a ham boil. They start the season since the 1st of December, and they will have actually, by the time it's Christmas time, eaten 1 or 2 hams. That's fine too. Of course, there are some people who are selling hams too, so they make a little thing on the side selling the ham. Bonjay, you think they're easy? So you can call 435-2636, and you'll be live on Bonjay, giving us your little tidbit for what's happening for the season and your impressions. And when we come back to, we'll also have some information as we take our camera back to the streets. But until then, give us a call and tell us how your season is going, what's happening, what's not happening, the observations about Christmas. We want to hear from you. 435-2636. And while we tell you this, remember that there, even as we speak, the Christmas in the Garden, Essence of Grenada Spices, Essence of Spices, is happening right now in the gardens. And when we finish here, zip, down in the gardens, boy, we're going to take the rest of the band. There's some live entertainment taking place down there tonight as well as for every other night. And it's going up until Sunday. Yes. So remember, you can go to the gardens for the Essence of Grenada Spice. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the program, Bonjay. Yeah, I heard the telephone going. I said camera. I heard the telephone going. Good evening. Welcome to Bonjay. Hello. seem to have lost that caller. Well, let's try again. The lines are still open. I remember you can call 435-2636. That's your number to connect with us live on Bunje. And remember, we're asking for your opinion, your ideas, what's happening for Christmas. Talk to us. Tell us where the lime is. What you plan to do. You clean the house already? Yeah, man. You had a nice little place for Christmas. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Bunje. Good
Hello?
evening. Yes, good evening. Welcome to Bunje.
Good afternoon.
How are you, my dear?
I'm fine.
Well, it's nice for you to connect with us, girl. What's happening? Tell us.
Yeah. Well, Christmas is just as every day to me.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
You're
Because
right.
anything I have, I make it comfortable.
Right.
Okay?
So you might know how thing yet?
Yeah, I buy my fridge ham and I have it inside the fridge.
So don't tell me Christmas like every day because you
Yeah,
don't
but
buy ham every day.
Anytime I feel I could eat a ham, I buy it.
That's the spirit, man. So you buy like a ham in
I
August
don't
too.
wait until Christmas come to buy, and I'm buying exactly the things that I need.
Right.
I'm buying what I don't want.
Wonderful,
Because
wonderful.
it don't make no sense.
Good. But
Okay.
do you have any plans for reaching out to anybody this Christmas season? Probably less fortunate and so. I mean, a slice of ham or
Well, we
a
went
bread
out
when you bake.
in those homes already, I think last week Sunday.
Right.
And give out presents and things, what we have. We
That
carry
was-
it and give them. In
Mhm.
them homes. As the Kojuna home, the one in Sutton.
Hilarion Home, is that this?
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's nice.
So you have made somebody's Christmas a little brighter and better than they would have been.
Oh, yes.
And that is so important because sometimes we think about Christmas as celebrating, and that's important too. But Christmas is about giving and
Yes.
impacting on people in a way that they can't do it themselves, you help them.
Of course, I just give plenty.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, no, thank you so much
I'm
for
calling
calling.
from watch. I want to send out to my daughter celebrate her birthday today. Okay, she's from Canada.
Go right ahead.
Came in last night.
Go right ahead.
Well, I want to say happy birthday to my wonderful daughter Shama Monroe, Susan Monroe, all from Canada, and her two loving daughters,
Right.
and also a friend. I'm wishing all of them all the best, and I wish they enjoy Christmas here in Grenada. I know they will enjoy it because she's my daughter, and I wish her a happy birthday. Lots of love coming from her mom, Leonardine, her sister, Doreen McNeely, and her brother, Harris Cambridge.
Right. Oh, you Leonardine? Leno?
Yes,
Hey, I
I'm
didn't
Leno.
know it was Leno. How you doing, girl?
I'm fine.
All right. So we want to wish you the best for the season.
Yes.
We're so happy that the folks come and we make sure that they enjoy themselves.
Yes, they will enjoy this.
Right.
They will.
And right. Christmas, they cook like a peas on the side.
Of
A little
course.
side dish.
Of
And put
course.
to like a dumpling, they go like that.
Of course. So you have a wonderful night, yeah?
Thank you, and the same to you. Huh?
Okay, bye-bye.
Good. That was cousin Leonard, man. She two daughters coming for the holidays. Right, Sharon and I think Susanna. Right, so ladies, enjoy your holidays. The telephone lines are going again. Hello, good evening, welcome to Bunje.
Hello?
Yes, hello, you're live on Bunje, man. I could see your voice.
Yeah, good night, Bongi.
How you do?
I'm good.
Good.
I watch you live on there.
I like the African thing, Aguro. Yeah. So tell me, how the Christmas season shaping up?
Shut up, oh.
Yeah.
She's you.
Yeah.
She's a pretty low.
Yeah, I hear you. So you enjoying yourself so far?
So I called to say good night.
Uh-huh.
The season greetings to you, everybody.
Right.
I'm trying.
That's it. Well, but we can't give up. We have to try.
Well, listen to me.
Uh-huh.
Watch me.
I'm watching you, but I can't see what I'm watching.
Who trying? If you try or fail, try again.
Yeah, that's the spirit. That's the
And let me
spirit.
tell you something.
Uh-huh.
Better to try and fail than to fail to try.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit. With that
Man,
kind
I
of
never give
attitude,
up.
you must have a good
I
Christmas.
call you say good night, and I just want to say a little belated birthday greeting
Uh-huh.
to my my birthday was Monday gone,
Yeah.
and my son's birthday was yesterday.
Oh, you everything happening in December in your house?
I'm telling you, who tell you? And then my son godmother birthday was yesterday.
No. Everything around you?
Yeah, so I just want to say good night, season greetings to everybody, happy birthday.
Right.
And to all my kids,
Uh-huh.
Rachel is, right now he's not in Grenada, he's working on a cruise ship now.
Yeah, a cruise ship.
Ross Winley, Rachel, Crystal, Rihanna, Ral, Kiton, and Kingston.
Right. Where you calling us from?
I'm from Constantine, and first time I come on the show.
Yeah. We're so happy to have you.
Yes, man, I'm so glad to be here.
Yes, and we want to wish you all the best for the season and all
Yes,
the
I'm glad to be here.
have a good one. Oh. and I remember and say Mr. Hamo for me. Oh.
Listen to me, oh. I don't have your ham because ham is in the barrel and it's yet.
Oh, no, we're go buy the Christmas wine, don't worry.
Don't worry, you're going to have.
Take care, darling. Have a good one. All right, man. We are linking up live with our friends there, our fans who call to the program. We're going to take a break now. When we come back, we'll take you to the streets again for some opinions and the comments that people have made as we took our camera to the streets earlier on. Oh, we want to take a last call? Yeah, let me see if we can take a slip in the last one. Hello, welcome to Bunje. Hello, welcome to Bunje. All right, we seem to have lost that caller there. So you missed the opportunity. We'd have given you a chance, but you missed the opportunity. So we take you back to our cameras as we took our cameras to the streets to hear the opinions of persons around the Christmas season.
So what are your plans for Christmas this year?
Definitely, we will have to be with family and friends. It's a great day to gather together, and we will maybe have lunch at one of the friends or family member. We don't know yet. We didn't make any plans yet.
So you started buying any other food stuff? What main food stuff you can get that you're supposed to get for Christmas Day?
Yes. I did already buy everything and everything set up for that day. Hopefully, it will be a great day.
So, how is your Christmas shaping up this season?
Well, my Christmas shaping up this season, not 100%, but at least 65%, and I'm well comfortable with the Almighty.
Okay, so what does Christmas mean to you?
But the truth is, I really love Christmas. It means to me love, a time for sharing and giving, making things nice with each other, if it is possible.
What does Christmas mean to you?
Christmas means celebrating the birth of Jesus, right? Bringing cheer to one and all and making everybody happy.
Okay, so what is your plans this year for Christmas?
Well, this Christmas I intend to spend it with family and friends and just take a rest to return to work.
So you start preparing any dishes and any special dish for the Christmas?
Well, not really. Just been cleaning a lot, and doing a few shopping, and so dishes will come later on.
Okay, thanks. What Christmas means to you?
Christmas means to me, it's just a time where you come together with family, friends, just to celebrate and have a good time, remembering when Jesus Christ was born, which is the Savior of the world.
Okay, so what are you planning on eating this Christmas?
Everything, baked chicken, pie, ham, sorrel drinking, black cake, everything.
Okay, so what does Christmas mean to you?
Well, at least Christmas means a lot to me. The fact is that I know when Christmas comes around, I could adjust myself, come out here and sell 1 or 2 plants. I see all the Christmas trees, and the majority of the Christmas tree already sold out. Okay. Small ones. I just have these few in the back there, and I'm trying to see if I could get it sell out just as well.
All right, so based on the traditions, do you find anything changed?
Yeah, it changed, and it changed rapidly too. Yeah, because Christmas now and Christmas before is too different. Long ago, Christmas, you look forward to Christmas, when Christmas coming around, you look forward to the time when it comes around. But right about now, things change, and it change rapidly. You don't get a feeling that how you used to get it before. And even you don't get money, people don't have money to do business again as before. No nutmeg, cocoa gone down, the nutmeg, everything gone down. People don't get bonus again to spend money freely as how they used to spend. Otherwise, all my plans here finish. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Bonjay, it's a cultural theme. Experience the goodness of the spice. Friday nights from 8 to 9. Culture at its best. A way of life, or customs and traditions. Bonjay, hear the stories. Listen to the music. Witness the action and the old talk. A real Grenadian cultural experience. Bonjay, a product of the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
Well, welcome back to Bonjay. You heard the comments of the people on the street as we link up with them, giving you the insights into Christmas and so, right? And we were hoping to feature, as the evening progresses, another team that would have been here, but chances are that they may or may not, they're going to be here. But until I get here, I get a little No, I remember the days when as a youngster, you hear the bands going on and the paranging boy and they're sitting down by the neighbor and they actually passing everybody's house and the neighbors will put out their spread, sorry, ginger beer, ham, egg, everything. And the guys will go around impromptu and actually sing on the neighbors as they go. So the tune was one of the tunes I remember went like that. Never we know things so hard, we just passing to make you glad. Never we know, never we know, never we know, never we know. Never we know things so hard, we just passing to make you glad. Never we find you acting funny, never why you hide the whiskey. Never we know things so hard, we just passing to make you. Never find that you want us beg, never why you hide the chicken leg. Never we find you behaving dread, never why you ain't passing bread. Never we know things so hard, we just passing to make you glad. Never we know, never we know, never we know, never we know. Never we know things so hard, we just passing to make you glad. So this kind of tunes was very impromptu. So you go around and you're singing and so on, and the crowd building up because every time you stop by a house, you pick up them children from there and you go down the road. You stop by the next neighbor and the children join you. So before you know it, one band of children going down the road behind the parang band. And they Christmas, Christmas, wish you a Merry, Merry Christmas. Christmas, Christmas, we wish you a Merry, Merry Christmas. Bring the wine, darling, and no fear. You must remember, Christmas comes only once a year. Christmas, Christmas, we wish you a Merry, Merry Christmas. Christmas, Christmas, we wish you a Merry, Merry Christmas. Bring the wine, darling, and no fear. You must remember, Christmas comes only once a year. So we have a group coming up, boy, and when you hear they come, it's more quattro. So we take a little break and then we come back with, I won't tell you who. Just stay around. You'll be excited to find out.
Bonjay, it's a cultural theme. Experience the goodness of the spice. Friday nights from 8 to 9. Culture at its best. A way of life, or customs and traditions. Bonjay, hear the stories. Listen to the music. Witness the action and the old talk. A real Grenadian cultural experience. Bonjay, a product of the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
Bonjay, well, I did making me like shukungu, and the real quattro man rich, you know. We did say to you that we'll have a team here. Well, unfortunately, the entire team is not here. Some of them come and still. They might not reach in time for the program, but we have the quattro man here. Upsetter, and right now you're upset about nothing. Right? What's your face? Man, you upset? You upset?
No.
Oh, no, man, you can't upset and smiling. No. Right, so Upsetter, you're here with us. We have with the last, 5 minutes for the program. We had to do everything in 5 minutes. Let's go. Santa is on his way. Yeah. Ba-da-ba-dee, ba-ba-dee, ba-ba-da-yo. Ba-da-ba-da-bee-da-bee-da-bee-da-ba-da, eh. Ba-da-ba-dee, ba-ba-dee, ba-ba-da, eh. Christmas time is to give and take. Hey, hey, hold your head high, it's no mystery. Drink a whiskey everywhere and celebrate it every year. And tell them Merry Christmas to you, baby. Happy holiday. Christmas time is coming, and Santa is on his way. I thought you weren't coming this year, but when I watched down today, I say, now he come on the late flight. Okay. But he did. Have a merry, merry Christmas. Have a bright and a prosperous New Year. Every time, every year, Santa Claus does his share. Let us shine and make a party for him next year. I'm talking about Santa, hey, Santa, oi, Santa, you hear me? Santa Claus, Santa Claus, I beg you, please. Oh Lord, let me spend my Christmas with you. Santa Claus, you hear what I say? Hey, I want to jump up on Christmas Day. And we sing, it's coming for one and all. Whether big or small, we join in the festival. It's the time we celebrate our Father's birth. From the time we born, we medicine on the earth. I tell them, I drinking whiskey, I drinking strong rum, I tumbling on the gum, I rolling on the rum, I junking all day, I drinking night and day. Santa Claus, would you come back? I see. Tell him, have a merry, merry Christmas. Have a bright and a prosperous New Year. Every time, every year, Santa Claus does his share. Let us shine and make a party for him next year. I'm talking about Santa, hey, Santa, oi, Santa, you hear me? Santa Claus, Santa Claus, I'm begging you, please. Let me spend my Christmas with you. Santa Claus, you hear what I say? Hey, hey, I want to jump up on Christmas Day. Hey, we have some time again, but we have about a minute again. I want to drink Christmas Day. Hey, I want to eat on Christmas Day. I want to sleep on Christmas Day. Celebrate my brother's birthday. I want to drink on Christmas Day. I want to eat on Christmas Day. I want to sleep on Christmas Day. Celebrate my brother's birthday. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, ay, ay. I'm drinking, I'm drinking, I'm drinking, I'm drinking, I'm drinking, I'm drinking, I'm drinking. Come on, let we have some fun. In the island, in the sun. Give me beer, give me rum, so that we can carry on. If you have whiskey, I say, give me, let me go my way. Anything you want to do, I could make it do for you. I want to drink Christmas Day. I want to eat Christmas Day. I want to sleep on Christmas Day. Celebrate my brother's birthday. I want to drink Christmas Day. I want to eat Christmas Day. I want to sleep on Christmas Day. Celebrate my brother's birthday. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. end this program this evening. Another exciting program on Bunji. We're going on to the Christmas season. We won't be back again before Christmas. But we want to say to you, have fun. Remember the reason for the season. Whatever you do, careful with what you consume for the Christmas. Eat, drink, merry, but remember this, the reason for the season. Yes! Christmas Day! Hey, hey. I want to drink. Christmas Day! Hey, hey. I want to eat. Christmas Day! Hey, hey. I want to sleep on Christmas Day! Celebrate my father birthday! Hey. I want to eat. Ay, ay, ay! Ay, ay, ay! Celebrate my birthday. Man, upset eyes.